Hello, I'm here in my office. I figured that we are on our way to a health fair that somebody invited us to a corporation. So I'm bringing some products with me and I have them right here. So I figured I would do a quick little video on my favorite things to do for oral health. So this I'm going to show you my favorite thing for anyone, any kind of teeth, veneers, crowns, nothing, is an oral irrigator. Here, this one is by Sonic. I don't know if you can see that. This one I think is available in Target, but this is my favorite one that I have at home. I love this one. And this one is by Philips Sonicare. This is an oral irrigator, and I don't think they have a picture on the side, but Airfloss Pro Ultra. So they make a little different type of oral irrigator, but it works great. And there's also one that I recommend, that's the one that they have in Bed Bath & Beyond, that works great, portable. All of these, you see, they used to have the oral irrigators in a big tub with a tubing, and it didn't fit on your sink, and this will fit everywhere. So these are great. The other thing about this is it's great to travel with. I take this, I can't go anywhere without this. I took it to Europe. I could not live without my oral irrigator. And what do you put in the oral irrigator? You put in half whitening mouthwash and half water. Now, why whitening mouthwash? Whitening mouthwash, a special whitening mouthwash that contains hydrogen peroxide in the ingredients. You do have to look in the store, and many of them, some of them don't contain that, even though they're whitening. A little bit about whitening mouthwashes. Whitening mouthwashes, the reason that I recommend it is not because it's going to whiten your teeth, it's going to make your gums in perfect health. It's the hydrogen peroxide in the whitening mouthwash that makes people's gums look unbelievably great when they use it inside an oral irrigator. So that's why I recommend all of these things. You also can use plain hydrogen peroxide, half water, half not straight hydrogen peroxide. It won't do any more for you. And remember, it's not there for your whitening. It's there to make your gums look great. So all of my patients that have, especially the patients that are wearing temporaries while we're waiting for the veneers, all use an oral irrigator. It makes the gums look unbelievably great. And when I go to put in the real veneers, I don't have any trouble with anything because the gums are in perfect condition. Also, for any patient with crowns, with old veneers, with regular teeth, and I have no veneers. I have veneers on the bottom, sorry. I have veneers on the bottom, but I love this oral irrigator, and it works fantastically well for underneath implants. Implants, the way they're shaped down little conical, so it's at the bottom, there's a little narrowing, and food tends to get a little caught there sometimes in almost any implant. So the oral irrigator is what I recommend for that, as well as you can use those little curved picks. I don't have one here. I meant to put it here, but I don't have that. We'll go under there also. But the irrigator is the way to go. The other thing I want to talk about while we're here is I have this thing about teaching people about bad breath. Bad breath comes from the bacteria on the back of your mouth. Most of the time it's not from acids in your stomach and acid reflux. Bad breath, one reason would be terrible periodontal disease. Then we'd see some breath that's not good. Onions and garlic that you ate the night before that you can't smell, that will give you that. A dry mouth will give you bad breath. One of the recommendations for bad breath is to drink water with the pink Himalayan salt in it. And to drink that will help with breath that's not great. Brushing and flossing, the main things, water pick to keep gums and teeth great, to avoid that. But there is something else that I see often and people aren't told about it is the bacteria that's on the back of the tongue is what causes a lot of the bad breath. Things sit on the back of the tongue. If you've ever had some antibiotics, the antibiotics, after you have a course of them for an infection, for a nose infection, what you'll see is a coating on the back of your tongue. That coating has to be removed. So what I'm going to show you is something called, that I love, it's called an oolite. And this is my favorite thing. I am not a fan of people using the same toothbrush that you use for your teeth to brush your tongue. That to me is just icky. I think that doesn't work. But this oolite, the way you use it is you curve it like this. It goes, I'm going to do backwards because it goes over your tongue and you pull. What a great video this is. And you pull, and you'll see on the front of the oolite is brown stain. Everybody has it. Even coffee drinkers are guilty of this because a lot of coffee stains the back of the tongue and you'll have a film there. So that has to be removed. There are a number of other products that you see in the drugstore. Some of them are kind of like a rake that goes in the back. What I do is I put a little bit of toothpaste on your tongue in the back and then take one of these plaque removal tongue cleaners that you buy in the store, or this oolite, it's O-O, you're not gonna be able to see it on here, it's O-O-L-I-T-T. I have them in the office, or I believe you can buy them online. This is my go-to product. You can even clean it in the dishwasher when you want to clean it. It's terrific. Has little serrations on the side, and I think it's the easiest one to use. So again, what it does is you hold it with, you can do it with one hand or two hands. You make it into a half circle, like a teardrop shape. And the circle goes to the back of your tongue, and you pull. All different sides of your tongue, and it will clean off that yucky stuff. Even if you think you don't have it, you do. So that's my tricks of the trade to tell you about that. Again, look at your whitening mouthwashes and look at the ingredients in the back. It could be store brand, it could be, I'm not recommending this specific one, but I do like this one. Any kind that has hydrogen peroxide as one of the top ingredients in it. I even saw when I was looking in the drugstore for a couple of different ideas that they had a gum health mouthwash that didn't have hydrogen peroxide in it. And I'm like, okay, I know the secret. The secret in my office and what I see in people is hydrogen peroxide is the ultimate in making gums look great and having less plaque. So it was gum health mouthwash, and it had citric acid in it. And I said, that's something that's acidic, goes in your mouth, can wreak havoc with your gingiva, with your gums, with the teeth that are sensitive. Wrong thing. So I wouldn't even go for any of those gum health things. I would go straight to the whitening mouthwashes or hydrogen peroxide in water, and you'll have ultimate gum health. So we are off. I have to leave. We're going to the health fair. It's kind of exciting. It's kind of fun. Haven't gotten dressed up in a while to do something in front of people. So talking to people, I'm easy with. So that's always been an easy thing for me. So it'll be kind of fun. It's been a couple of years since we've had something that's like that. So I'm off, ready to go. If you have any questions, text me, DM me, ask me any questions if you don't understand or what I recommend, and you'll have perfect gum health. And you heard it from me first. Hydrogen peroxide is the bottom line for the best gum health you will ever see. See you soon.